Lovelies and gents, I'm coming to you briefly. I have an exclusive. I received a package in the mail and I just wanted to bring it to you of what to expect here in the very near future. I have the Nitric Oxide Saliva test strips. Thanks to one of my lovelies in the comments. She said that Dr. Ellie tested this out based off of the conspiracies, and a lot of the people were saying that mouthwash, which we're on a lot of mouthwashes for our 5-step solution with the mouth care system, was contributing to decreasing the nitric oxide levels, which are important for so much. I got this off of Amazon for $14.95. It comes with 30 test strips here. Let me pull it out so you can see what it looks like. So these are the test strips here. You would just open that package and then you would compare it based off of if you're depleted. It's at negative for it's really clear, depleted for light pink, and then they have low, threshold, optimal, and spike for the brightest color. So basically with this, from my understanding, according to the instructions, is you would saturate this test strip. It's like a white test strip, and I'll be going over that once I do it here and show you soon. You wait for 1 minute, 60 seconds, and then you compare it to the back of the scale here with the colors to see where you land. Understanding nitric oxide is a colorless gas, and it is a vasodilator. So it opens up, dilates the vessels so that you can get an increase in blood, improving in your circulation. And based off of here, it said that it's supposed to help enhance your vitality with your life, your energy levels, just your overall well-being, cardiovascular health for your heart. It's for your exercise performance to help increase that as well. It talked about nervous system, cognitive abilities, your memory, skin health, which is important to me because I'm on my journey of healing the skin, dealing with eczema and dermatitis, inflammation and allergies and all that good stuff. So it said for sexual health and wellness health as well, for diet and nutrition and your overall well-being. And then I found out with the oral health too, because it's also supposed to help with the microbiome too, letting you know what you need to eat in order to help maintain and stabilize the microbiome that's in the mouth and the gut health. And too, microbiome is basically like over hundreds of billions of these bacteria that's in the gut, and the good bacteria that we want to help go after viruses, fungi, different parasites and infections and different things of that nature. So this plays a vital role in that. I never heard anything about this, and to be honest, I was a little reluctant to get it because I'm already dealing with so many things when it comes to my health, of trying to stabilize things, the deficiencies, things being abnormal, too high, too low. And it could be a bit overwhelming at times, I'm telling you. So I did not want to add one more thing to my plate that was going to take me over the edge and have to figure out, okay, what do I need to do with this balancing act with making sure that my diet is supplemented with accurate foods that's going to help enhance or help if I come up with depleted levels. I'm telling you, I was like, I don't want to have to deal with that. But I said, hey, it's also an opportunity for me to learn more, so educate myself on some new information. Life is about experimentation, trial and error. So hey, I can give it a try. It works, it either doesn't. But I'm willing to try it out with you all. According to the instructions, it said as we age, nitric oxide tends to take a plummet too, based off of inactivity, stress levels, just deteriorations with your veins and your arteries throughout your body, the oxidative stress that you go through, so poor dietary choices. I want to point out that there are 3 effective ways that they said that the nitric oxide levels can be taken to get the most effective results. Is your morning testing before you've even did any oral care, brushing your teeth, using any mouthwashes, consumed any foods or beverages. So I'll be testing that out here soon. And pre and post exercise. So I'll be bringing another video to show you too what my results are before and after that. And then thirdly, it talked about doing it before and after meals to see if my meals are really giving me the spike that I need to maintain these nitric oxide levels so that I can have overall general good health, because that's what I want in my life. I wanted to come to you in the morning, and this is what it states. Ideally, you want to test this nitric oxide the first thing in the morning before you brush your teeth, before you eat anything, any foods, any beverages, consuming any of that. I didn't even want to put chapstick on my lips because I didn't want it to interfere with the results of the saliva test strip. And it said this is just basically to get a baseline of the nitric oxide and offer more insight into what it looks like after a night of rest and fasting. So let's get to it. Drum roll. Brrr. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this out. You can see here is the nitric oxide strip, and they have the different testing on the back. I'll go ahead and take this test strip out so that you can see what it looks like. They said when you spit on this, you can put it on paper towels. I like to double. I don't have any medicine cups like I previously stated before, and spitting, trying to get on the strip, it can get pretty salivally messy. So I'm like, double protection, please and thank you. So here's the inside of this strip. Has a little package in there. It says do not eat. And this is what the strip looks like. It's white. So I'll go ahead and set my timer for 1 minute and come back to you. I'm going to start spitting on this right now. I feel like I hardly have any saliva in my mouth. My mouth is like super parched. I'm normally drinking water and taking my xylitol mints in the morning. Okay, here we go. Crazy. I'm back, lovelies and gents, after 1 minute of having this saliva on this stick. So you can see it is a very light pink this morning. And that looks like very much so depleted for sure. So do you think eating a good hearty breakfast, lovelies and gents, that's including some beets, because I purchased a protein bar that has like strawberries and beets in there and almonds, if that's going to contribute to increasing this nitric oxide? I hope so, because seeing these results is definitely very much so rude nitric oxide awakening. I'm back with another test run of these nitric oxide saliva test strips right here. I did a morning time today before eating or drinking anything. I just wanted to test it out after eating, drinking, and brushing my teeth. So we'll see what these results look like. I'll show you what the previous test strip was. This is what it was morning before eating, drinking, or brushing my teeth. So as you can see, it's definitely pretty light, and compared to the test strips, that's like on the depleted side. Yeesh. I don't have any of the supplements, so I was trying to look around the house and see what do I have to eat to increase it. And so I do have a protein bar that is strawberries, beets, and almonds that's in that I ended up eating along with eggs, some sauerkraut, raw cheese. So we're gonna test out and see what it's like. I have to set my timer for 60 seconds, 1 minute. After I spit on it, it said on a clean fingertip you can try to get saliva, but I'm going to use this double paper towel method that I have for double protection and spit on this test pad here and see what we get. Discard this little piece. Where are you? There it is. So you'll be able to see that it's completely white. At the end is the writing, so you know that that's the test strip. And I'm going to spit on this. Start the spitting process. Here we go. See you in a little bit. Okay, lovelies and gents, I'm back. I've tested after eating some food, and one of the things here, let's see here, I'm gonna hold this up here. See, it's a little bit darker. That. See here, it's a little bit darker, but it looks like, let's hold it up to here. It's not as depleted looking as the morning testing one, but a little bit darker, closer to the low. The morning test strip was a little lighter in comparison to eating. So let's see, the morning test strip is on the left, the eating one on the right. It's a little bit darker, but I still have to find ways to get them increased. So here we go. I do want to add, it talks about consistency in getting your results. You want comparative results, so they said do your best to try and get it at the same time each day so that your results can be pretty much the same. Adequate rest. So make sure those stress levels, rest levels are at a good level. But I'm telling you, I've been going through so much through this week because life has been lifing, okay? Just to give you an idea of what the results imply, if it's depleted, it's saying that you have very low concentrated of Salisbury nitric oxide. And that means that you have chronic signs of this, and this can be literally linked to decreased libido, potential blood pressure imbalances, and instead a lack of motivation for work or exercise. It's low, it means it's slightly higher than the intake versus the loss balance, but not at the optimal level, so you still have to work on increasing your vitality in those levels. If it's threshold, that means that your results are sufficient level of nitric oxide and you have adequate support and for your normal body functions. Spike level, that means that the temporary spike can occur. They said immediately after consuming nitric oxide producing supplements or food, and this is typically, they said, a short-term increase. Because it does talk about the more knowledge you have, the better you're able to make a good decision. In the meantime, let's live a joyous life that's full of taking charge of your health through these nitric oxide levels with ease and cheer. Ciao!